Hi guys, this is again Michael from the Board Games Chronicle. Today I'm bringing to you another game which I would like to present, look at the components, some basic game rules in this first look at video. Today I'm bringing to you the last 100 yards. This is the title from GMT Games by Mike Denson, and this is a game which first was published in 2018 and immediately gained a huge applause and a big group of fans, and is regarded as one of the best small arms tactics, small groups tactics games created so far. Popularity is pretty nicely shown in the number of the reprints and the expansions and so on. We already have like 4 expansions, and the 5th is already being started. So I took advantage of GMT yearly sale and decided to go for this game. That was one of the reasons. The second reason was the recommendation of my fellow board gamer partner and also blogger Dave, who is running Dude Take Your Turn blog. I love the name of his blog. We played with Dave a lot of game sessions of another, let's say, tactical system from GMT, Combat Commander. We played all regular games of Combat Commander Europe, Async, and a lot of them from the Pacific. Still, we would like to come back to the Pacific. But now we'll be playing Async the last 100 years. So that is why I also wanted to have this game in the physical copy. I prefer to play the games which I have via Vassal and not or Rally the Troops, not the ones which I don't. So let's have a look inside the box. Couple of words about the historical background. This base game focuses on the Western Front after, of course, World War II Western Front after D-Day landings. So this will be mainly American units fighting with the Germans. I really like how the cover looks like, pretty thematic. This is not a deep box, as you can see, it's like 2 inches, sturdy as always from GMT. Really nicely showing you the units which will be in play and the general statistics. This is a typical GMT, let's say, typical GMT disposition. It says solitaire suitability not so high, as you can see, but I would say playing to hand should be possible. One of the things which will be starting at, which you will see in a moment, is how beautiful the maps are. When I saw the first pictures of this game, I was astonished how beautiful they created it. So we'll be also looking at this aspect of the game. Okay, let's have a look inside. Let me make sure that you can see. Okay, first of all, we have 4 die, and they are, I believe, 10-sided: yellow, green, white, and black. I can assume this could be for Germans and for Americans. These are some additional ones. Let me put them here. We have buggies, but of course I will use cube for me trays. It's easier for me to store the stuff. Now we have the rules, and these are the serious rules. I believe on the GMT page you can already get the rules 3.1, and this is the regular, not glossy paper, which honestly I prefer because it's there is no shine on this, and it's much easier and less painful for eyes to read. The instruction, first thing which I'm checking when I'm getting instructions, how long it's really here. Okay, so I would say it's 30 pages. 30 pages for the tactical combat system. I would say this would be medium complexity game. On BGG, the rating is 3.8, but you know, guys, from the wargamer perspective, that's probably a little less than this. What we'll have? We'll have, of course, the counters. One of the nice things here is that if you have something in red, is the minus modifier. If you have something in dark, in black, it is positive modifier. So what are we having here? Counter definitions, game terms and definitions, of course, terrain, force organization. You would have platoons. You would be activating platoons. You will be leading either companies or maybe individual platoons, and you can do the coordination and then activate couple of platoons, and then there will be a reaction from the other side, and you can also react to this reaction if you have somebody who has not moved. No, guys, this is a very nicely created initiative system. A lot of information about the terrain. Will not be stopping here. And then the important part, sequence of play. So we have initiative phase, activation, and of course with reactions, fire resolution, assault, because there will be a lot of hand-to-hand combat. There could be also more adjustment, time lapse. The scenarios will finish in three ways usually. We'll see this in the mission part. Either the time lapse simply was reached, or the difference in the casualty between both sides is too high for one side and it's simply flees. Or the third, there could be some, objectives, victory points which you have to win in order to prevail. So sequence of play, activation and reaction, of course, actions, maneuver action, pretty detailedly described. With assault, when we have fire actions, it looks pretty familiar. Anti-tank fire, recovery actions, so it's grouped into the types of actions. Fire resolution, assault resolution. Then we have, okay, so this would be, I would say, more specific rules. You probably don't need to read them immediately when you start your first play. So nationality characteristics, airborne landings, night and twilight. Let's have a look here. Random events, mines and wire, mission setup. Okay, this you need to read when you start the game. How do you win the game, and of course potential optional rules. So that's all. I would say that the rulebook is not something which you would be, really surprised by. Nicely written on the nice paper, easy to read. Then we have a playbook, and the playbook really focuses on the rules examples. So all those important rules which you have, like terrain, platoon activation, withdrawal or retreat. And then also we have extended example of play, which is cool. This is one of the things which best explains to you how to play the game. And of course, designer notes, which I love. I told you that I always reading the designer notes because it gives me insight into what the designer was planning and thinking when creating his game. And so definitely we'll have a look there. So this is, the rules examples. Will not be staying for long here. I love all those pictures. It really, really helps. And here is the extended example of play. And this is not the first scenario, I believe. So that's good. We show it on some other one. There is cool mechanics of blind hexes here. Not immediately only after, but you calculate how high you are and what is the level of the obstacle and how much blind hexes you would have. Really well thought, I would say. So this is still a game. And yeah, we have also example of play with armor. This is something which I must admit I was lacking in Combat Commander. The armor. Yeah, we have a couple of scenarios where we have armor like with immobilized Sherman, and we had a bunker which was with some gun, and it was, kind of mimicking the actual armor, but we really didn't have the tokens with armor. And here in the last 100 yards we have it, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad to have it. Okay, beautiful. Okay, and now we have the last 100 yards designers. What are we doing here? Very nice beginning. And time-lapse system, of course, which is important. Initiative, which is pretty innovative. So we will read about it. Platinum readers, authors, okay. Can't wait to spend time reading this. Now, let's have a look at tokens. Another positive about this game, this is a low counter intensity game. Okay, some counters already try to escape. Give me, guys, a little more time and you will be. Some counter clipping will be needed. As you can see, we have. Okay, we are getting out. We have the units. I believe this is MG. This is Sherman. We have, yep, sections of units 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We have also like leaders. We would have also some vehicles to transport the infantry, guns, bazooka, and so on. Not too many counters, as you can see, for the Americans. It's like over 100, something like this. And here is for the Germans. And yeah, you can see infantry, you can see the fortifications. What tanks do we have? We have Stuck, we have Panther, we have Panzer IV, which was one of the most common German tanks, as you can see. We have Panzer V, which is Tiger. Yeah. And we have, I believe this is King Tiger. Yep, let me see, my eyes are not perfect. And here's the other side, so when they are broken. Yeah. Okay. Then we have markers which show us the status of the unit. It will modify our roles. For example, for fire, if you are in the, I don't know, some shelter, you would have some minus. If you are moving, if you are in open terrain, so on and so forth. So it really helps to put it on the map and simply mark appropriately the unit. And the last counter tray are status markers. And also if we are doing the assault, as you can see, the control, the smoke, fire action. You have a lot of units on the map, you want to mark them, not to have to remember. Yeah, 1 minute, 1 hour, 10 minutes. Who has initiative, wire regroup, and so on. Not too many. 4 counter trays is really not too many. Then we would have the player 8. And first thing when I look at this, I'm looking, okay, this color, this font, this word, combat commander. No, it's not combat commander, but you can see that similar graphics are being used and similar approach, which I like. So you have small arms fire, you have anti-tank, mortar, all stuff which you would expect. Terrain effects chart, blind hexes. This is what I told you. So level difference between the highest hex and blocking terrain hex, and number of hexes from the highest hex to the interviewing blocking terrain. And you can check how many blocking hexes you would have. It's not like in Combat Commander that you would have one blind hex behind obstacle. It can be different here, which is nice. Assault resolution table, so melee, you could say. Modifiers, vehicle distraction table. This will also bring to your memory the Combat Commander, status tray, which shows you time track, a casualty track, all this stuff. Looks familiar? It should. It should. It's in similar concept, but with a new solutions, new ideas. Time track, as I told you, would have minutes, hours. It's not such fights were not prolonged, guys. It was really exhausting. So it didn't last such violent clash more than a couple of hours usually. Then we have missions. Okay, I like how the missions are done. They are on the separate sheet. Each mission is individually described and tells you the historical scenario. Love such things because it tells me what the scenario is about. We have objectives, you have forces, you have who has the initiative, a casualty differential limit. So you will lose. By the way, you will see this here in a moment, but you will lose if you extend this. Disposition of forces, how do we set up them? And mission special rules. Half axes are not playing, Germany's are enter unconcealed. Okay. Victory level. So there's a couple of things which will happen. The mission ends if at the end of any game turn the German player controls 5 wooden building hexes and the church. So this is the first condition for victory. Or one side exceeds casualty differentiate and shall limit. So if somebody has exceeded this, or third, or the final score is bigger than 46. So there are 3 ways to finish the scenario. Of course, there are more of them and bigger. This is one map. Here you can see all these 2 map scenarios in different sets. This is a big, large 4 map scenario. This is a very long scenario. By long, I mean, of course, putting 3 maps that way. Do yourself a mission form. Yeah, you can also create the missions by yourself. And now, the thing which I really wanted to show you are the maps. They are simply beautiful, fantastically looking. You see, they have also the elevation marked, which shows you, some various line of sight effects. This is, let's say, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 levels. It depends on the level. There are also the thick levels. Here we are. Need to read exactly how do they differentiate between each other. We have plenty of maps. This one is pretty open. Here we have a road. The first scenario will not feature any hills, and I believe the first scenario is here. Is it? No. It's not the map number 1. Let me try to get it for you. This is 8 second. This is 4 and 1. So let me go through the maps. Okay, beautiful, really astonishing quality. And here is one hill, which probably will have to attack. And here we have a river with some bridges. Here we have the buildings and the church. So church, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A lot of buildings here. So the Germans will be assaulting, the Americans will be concealed and will be defending here. Good. So guys, I believe that's all for today, for last 100 yards. That was a brief first look at. Can't wait to bring this system to the table. I'm really intrigued how it plays. It's pretty suitable for the asynchronous play, from what I saw, based on the initial scan through the rules. So Dave will be playing. Really like that you convinced me to get this title. That's all for today, guys. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content like that, do not hesitate and subscribe. Also, please use the section below for any comments, opinions, or questions. Thank you for today and have a great and wonderful day. Bye.